Hello, everyone, and welcome to Returning at Home with me, Paul Finlay. I have some help today, and there's two. What's happening? Why, am- why,
What's
why
wrong,
am I
Paul?
here myself? I'm here myself on my
You've got
headphones
you've got
here.
YouTube you've got YouTube open and you need to mute the tab.
Right, hold on. Right, sorry,
So just
guys.
just go on and click
Uh,
just go onto the tab at the top and right click it and it'll say you can go scroll down, you'll see mute tab.
let's see, where is it? Yeah, mute. Is that it now? I can't hear
Well,
any.
you
No.
you're the only one that can hear it, you see.
Oh,
So
I can still hear it.
Yeah, it's YouTube you want to be muting the tab on.
is that not what you
Oh,
did?
is it?
Yeah. Mute YouTube, yeah.
Oh,
You know the one we went into add the moderator
yes.
spanners. Go back onto that tab.
I can't. Uh, yes. Can I close YouTube altogether?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
need it. As long
yeah,
as we've
you
got,
can.
as long as we've got it, you're fine.
Well, I think you just closed.
You just
Oops.
chose StreamYard.
I think you just closed StreamYard. That'll be interesting. Now you've got me. Oh dear. So we'll just give Paul a minute or two just to figure that out, guys. He's only new, so it's taking
Yeah,
a minute or two to get
it
started.
takes a while to find your way around all this stuff.
It does.
I'm still trying to find it.
Yeah. I'm always trying to hunt for something.
Well, whilst we're waiting for Paul, Brian is not doing a live tonight because it's Woodturning 360 Club.
It is.
So if you're not coming to Woodturning 360 Club, Brian's putting a video out if he gets it edited.
IF.
And then when he tells me how long his video is, if I get my video edited, I'll be putting a video out 10 minutes afterwards. So if you can't come into 360, there will be something for you to watch tonight.
There will. But you
And
should join
also,
360. That'd be better.
I will be covering for Mark tomorrow night.
Right. Are you two back?
Yes, you're
Yep,
still
we're
here.
back.
We never left.
Right.
We're always here.
On it live, okay?
Yep, you're still live. Yep.
Right. That's okay. That's it working. I don't know what I've done there.
Well,
Right.
you dropped yourself out of StreamYard is what you did, but it's okay.
But I was hearing myself back in the earphones. I was talking to you. You know.
I know
Yeah,
that was
that's the YouTube
It's
echo.
it's gone now. So,
very good.
sorry about that, guys. Bit of a mix up. So Pete and Bran has joined me today on my live, and they're going to be in the background. But any questions you have, they'll put them to me. Okay, guys,
Good
and we'll
man.
get started.
Stick us in the background. Well, let's go.
Yeah, that's using the background now.
Good man.
Okay, we'll change over the tail stock. What we're going
What
to
are we
do
turning today,
today?
Paul?
Pardon?
What are we turning today?
We're turning a potpourri holder, something similar to this one. You can buy these wee inserts and make a wee nice wee thing for the table.
You just pick them up in the
The
woodshed.
woodshed. Yep. One thing I found yesterday doing this one, these are not completely round, so they're not. So yeah, you have to be very careful with your measurements to get it close in. And the wee, I think that you can make these wee pins a wee bit longer. I'll change it over to tailstock, and you can see what I'm talking about. See the wee pin there? Just there. There's
Oh yeah.
three on it. They're not very big, and you have to sort of angle your dish. Oh, where am I? Angle your dish up the way to get the wee thing to sit properly into it. Or the other way you can do it is recess this then down in, but because this is not a complete circle, it doesn't look right. So that's enough of that. You can get various shapes and patterns. I think that's that. There's wee furries and that one. They're nice wee things to have, you know, because they decorate a table. So we'll get started with this. So I'm going to put step center in the chuck here to get this piece mounted. And I haven't got anything marked in that. Just show you where I am. I'm just marking the center in this quickly. So this is Pizza Beach. I find wee things like this here sell quite well at craft fairs. Because the ordinary person out sometimes at the craft fair and they're looking for some of them are big pieces, but a wee piece they can take home and they can say, "Rich, I can set that on my table," you know. So,
yeah, and you can be using up little scraps of wood as well to make these. You don't have to use fancy wood to make them.
Nope.
Some of them can be really nice if you just use like bits of pine and then colour it, and then add a little
right.
lid.
That's lying a wee bit skew. Still, I know what's wrong. I have the wrong center in that. I changed it yesterday when I was moving that. Didn't think that would come out as quick as that.
Just something I would do.
Take your time, Paul.
Sometimes it comes out okay, and then sometimes you have to really beat it to get it out of the quill. Let's see. Well, it'll be all right. We'll start it up. It's not that far off. The neat's trued up anyway. Okay. Safety in mind. Before you start the lathe up, make sure you have your variable speed turned down. You don't want to turn this on full speed, or you could end up, if it's out of balance, wearing it. You know. So turn your speed controller down, and
you definitely don't want to be wearing it.
No.
It's always best if you step slightly out of the way of it as well when you first turn it on.
Yeah, I always step to the side. I done it one day. I had a big piece of wood on, and it came off. It hit my shoulder and bounced and went through the ceiling. It wasn't nice. My actual son came out to me and he says, "Are you okay, Dad?" And I heard the bang. Went straight through the ceiling and took the light out. Right. Yeah, bowl gouge. We're just going to true the front of this up.
So David Mulvary Maker says, I tend to do a small recess for the whole thing, and then a second recess that the 3 pins sit in. It says it's worked for me so far. I think some of them are actually quite round, and some of them are just a little bit skew with.
Yeah, they're not entirely round.
They're obviously made in India or China or someplace.
I think it's Taiwan on the back of that.
Probably, yeah.
I think I've seen one. I made in Taiwan. So we're just going to true the front of this up and give it into some sort of shape.
Yeah, Dave said he saw one yesterday with a lovely Joe Sonia iridescent ring on it, using the cling film technique, quite plain sycamore otherwise. Yep, you can fancy them up as much as you like.
Yeah.
But it's good to use for a small project like that. If you've got some offcuts and stuff, you can easily make them.
Yeah.
And then you can sell them for a reasonable, kind of a cheaper price if you like, almost like a lost leader if you've got a stall,
Well, those pewter caps aren't particularly cheap, so you don't want to be spending too much on the timber.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep your overall price up.
Well, those ones there are $3.50 each.
$3.50.
Yeah, $3.50.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, no, but you're going to be charging $3.50 plus to cover the cost of the pewter piece. So if you're going to spend another £3 on a piece of wood, that's it's getting to the point where you're not going to sell it at a craft fair so easy.
Okay, I'm just truing up my cannon here, and we'll stop the lathe and take it out and get it in the chuck.
And Roger Kent is in, and it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Roger.
Happy birthday, Roger.
Happy getting older day.
Yep.
Yeah, and my
people
birthday's
say
this month
usually.
as well. Yeah, another year older.
As long as you're not deeper in debt, you'll be okay. So we have Doug Miller in, Todd from Glen Cove, Roger Kent, Andrew from Wivey Woodshed, Clint the Wood Dancers is in.
I like to loosen the chuck and bring up your tailstock to push it firmly into the jaws and then tighten it up, making sure you've got a nice good grab on it, and then you can take that away. Sometimes I prefer to leave the tailstock in place just to get my bottom sorted out. So we'll start rounding this over. This is the bottom here, so we'll start with that. We'll get it.
We got the overhead camera.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with leaving the tailstock up. It's always kind of belt and braces approach, but it's fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I would teach beginners that they should always use it when it's available.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long as you can work around it, it should be in place.
And that's the only thing. If it gets in the way, you need to take it away. There's no point in trying to bend over something because the tools won't bend.
Nope. Andy, the Valley Wood Turner, Bundy Row is in. Hey, Andy.
Afternoon, guys. Welcome along.
We've got 14 watching. That's good. Good start.
Yeah.
Who else just joined us today? Who have we not said?
Right. I'm just going to take that away and form my cannon to turn it round.
So it's not Andy, it's Lucy who's stolen Andy's phone.
Oh, is it? Well, good afternoon, Lucy. Are your kids on holiday this week? I suppose you are. Everybody's on holiday, aren't they? Like Easter break.
So for anybody that's just in, we're making a pot puree holder.
There's dedication for you. Lucy's watching. She's on her way to Suffolk. And Andy's driving.
Oh, I want to say, I hope you're not driving.
You're off to lower stuff.
I would hate to be a cause of an accident.
Yeah.
Right. Just changing over to the spindle gouge. Still a wee bump there and a wee ridge. Just stop that and have a wee thing. It's been included in that. Oh, no, I didn't see that. I was wondering, I could see something, but just wasn't sure what it was. Because it was spinning.
See, I thought you had a small inclusion there, but it turned out to be a piece of sanding sealer stuck to my monitor.
You've been spinning your lathe up when it's not dry, eh?
Yep.
Guilty as charged, Your Honour. Do it all the time. Particularly bad in super glue.
Okay, get a wee bit of sanding done to that. And get the back of it finished. As always. I forgot to put the extractor on. You think you have everything sorted out for what you're doing, and you don't. There's always something. So,
Roger Kent wants to know, how long have you been turning, Paul?
I've been turning 8.5 years.
Excuse me.
Sometimes you wouldn't think so. So I'm just starting with 120 here. Just stop it and see if I can move on a grit. If anything needs attention. Looks okay.
Well, Paul Hewton's joined us. Good afternoon, Paul.
Good afternoon.
He says he's been in the background, but he's been eating his lunch. Lucy said, one child is awake and eating chicken, and the other child's already asleep. They're only 10 miles into their journey. Ah, peace.
Well, it's better than having them waiting. Are we there yet?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
give him another 5 miles and that'll be the... Lucy says he's only got another 230 miles to go. It's not that far, it'll disappear. 2 hours, 3 hours.
Still long enough.
Depend on the traffic. Yeah, depend on the traffic, of course. Yeah, Todd, as fast as I can get away with. That's the answer.
Right, I'll apply a wee, just a sand sealer to that.
It's very hard to drive fast in the UK anymore.
It's almost impossible.
You're going to hit traffic somewhere. guaranteed.
And even when there isn't traffic, there's too many speed cameras.
Well, there's that as
Or
well.
potholes. On potholes.
Well, Terry from
Potholes.
Heckington Arts is in. That's Terry TJ Turning, who is now called Heckington Arts.
Good afternoon, Terry. Thank you for coming in.
He's using his phone and using a mobile, so he can't. He won't be chatting much. He and the Ruth must be out today. I take it. Lucy says it's going to take them 4.5 hours to do 230 miles. That's ridiculous.
Just a
It's
plan a
taken
wee
us-
taste of Yorkshire grit here.
Ooh, lovely. My favourite sanding technique, Yorkshire grit.
Yeah, I like using it.
Oh, there you go. Oh, they're down at Terry's off to Belton House National Trust. Very nice. And Roy the boy has just joined us. Hi, Roy.
Hi, Roy. Thanks for coming in.
And that brings you up to 16 watching now.
Perfect. So when you do your demos up at the woodshed, Paul, how
Yeah.
many do you get in for those demo nights?
Well, last Tuesday night we had 32.
It's very good.
So we had, I think people are, there's a lot of older folks that don't like driving at night. And,
Yeah.
late nights coming back in, they'll be back, and it's one of those things.
It does help. Plus, when it's wet, cold, and miserable outside,
Yeah.
it's nice to sit in front of the telly sometimes.
Especially if there's any ice or snow about, it just keeps people away,
Yeah.
But we're averaging about 33 people at each meeting here, every demo, so it's
good.
It's good to see so many people, and they're getting a lot of newcomers too.
Excellent.
It's always good because it's really difficult to do a demo to experienced turners and to know exactly where to pitch it so you don't lose the new ones. So you've got a lot of new ones, and you can get one or two tips that will suit the experienced people into a demo, but pitch it mostly at the new ones because they're the ones that you need to teach.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we introduced a new thing for new members and people visiting that if they want to see a particular thing turned or how to do something, to put it on the board, one of the demonstrators will do their best to include it in the demonstration on the night,
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good idea.
That's
Instead of going, it gives them an idea of what's being done that night, and if they want to come along and see that, Just we taste a crystalline wax.
A good choice of potpourri bowl because it's going to be handled quite a lot.
Yeah. Nice. We'll just stop.
Got the number now.
That's nice.
What number?
I looked it up just last week. It's the melting point of beeswax is 60 degree. Melting point of carnauba is 80 degree.
There you go.
And microcrystalline, I think it was another 10 degrees up. I can't remember for sure. But I did look it up because I was interested in what the difference was. Because it isn't necessarily the melting point that you're interested in, it's the sticking point.
Yeah.
When it gets to the point where the wax is soft enough for dust to stick to it. then it can spoil the finish really quickly. So beeswax behind a window can be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Keep your
I
beeswax in the shade.
Another thing that happened to me yesterday when I was turning this wee one, I made the opening too big, so I had to inset a ring into it. It wasn't big by much; it was only millimeters, but
Yeah.
you can fix things by inserting another piece of timber into your piece if you need to. So don't get hung up about
So what you're
measuring
actually
it.
saying, Paul, is that you come up with this really nice design to have a different coloured wood.
Yes,
An
that was.
insert.
I just had that. I just had that thought. Here's me. I would look nice with an insert in there, just to set that off.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
Right. I'm just
Good
going to
job.
take a wee
Mark
piece
Lawrence
of
has
this.
joined us. Good afternoon, Mark. We've
Wee
now got
piece off
20
the
people
top of
watching.
that. Good.
Paul,
Welcome
Woodworm
along.
Paul has just joined as well. He says, here's a question. I would like to engrave the underside of an oak bowl. Can you tell me the best way to do it, please? Oh, what depends what you want to engrave on it, Paul.
And what
We're
are you
talking
using?
laser engrave because that would be the easiest way of doing it.
Absolutely, is the easiest way. The other way to do it is use heat. Use like a Peter Tiles pyrography tool.
Okay, we'll stop that. I'm gonna need to get a
You should
measurement
use
of this
Dremel
opening.
type, a Dremel type machine with a diamond cutter, like jewelers used to engrave.
I know it does actually present a particular problem with engraving of any sort because it's such a chunky grain to it. To run a pyrography pen over oak can be very difficult because you've got to get a very smooth surface. And even a laser engraver, depending on the grain structure, can be a problem.
Yeah.
So the thing about trying a piece out for the first time with these wee inserts is to make one first and learn by all the pitfalls that you're going to run into because of the actual diameter of the said piece and these wee prongs. You can, as I said, you can either decide to inside into the piece, making it go round. But I found yesterday the actual piece is not a round piece. It's not entirely round. So if you're going with these wee prongs, you have to raise slightly up to let the thing sit in to the piece. So in saying that, what I'm going to do now, on the side of caution, I stop my cut line here back a wee bit so I can creep up to the measurement that I need. It's not far off it, but it's you don't want to go on this side.
Can we go to another camera now, Paul?
Sorry. I'll say that again. I thought you couldn't see that. See, there's wee prongs here. There's 3 of them. And if you get your size right, it'll just fit into the piece nice. Or if you make a mistake and you want to make a design change, you can make it a bit bigger and then set a piece of timber as I done yesterday. So that there will sit nicely into the top of that. Or you can recess it into the thing. But this is not round, so when you cut your circle, you'll see a gap on one side because it's just not round. And I found it with both items I bought, so they must all be the same cost and sort of the same way, you know. Right, we'll just take the center out of this, and Also, that wee line you've carved in there stops the tool from skating back as well.
Gives you a place to rest your bevel.
Yep.
Before me starting to make the cut. It's a good lesson for beginners. You always
Because
give yourself a leaf cut.
if you're working to a certain size and you slip,
No, yeah.
you take too much off it, then either the paste is ruined or you have to come up with a design change to compensate for it. Right, that's let me took a wee bit out of that. I'm going to stop there for now. So you need to decide what shape you're going to make this. I done sort of 2 different shapes on the ones I tested. So I found it better to have, as you come up through the rim here, coming up from this angle, shoulder and overhead. If you're coming in this angle, and bring it up to the top of the rim here, and just undercut it slightly so there's a wee slight raise bit to allow that to fit in, and you should be okay, because you can see when it's sitting flat like that, it's not engaging the wee pins, because the pins would have been better if the wee pins had been longer, a wee bit longer, to give it a grab, because that does nothing on a flat surface, as they're not long enough. So that's a wee thing you have to work out and look out for. Or you can go that way and make it a circle insert, and just have to take it at its not round and make it as close to the size you need. Really, it wouldn't bother me that much, and I don't think other people would notice it that much, because you're going to be lifting this out and putting it in again to fill the wee thing up with the smelly stuff, So you don't want it.
Yeah, you don't want a tight fit. You don't really want a tight fit anyway. Just needs to kind of sit there, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to bring this up at a bevel here and sort of bring it up to the opening.
Richard is asking a question there. Pete, you might be best answer that. How does beech behave if turned when wet?
It's quite well behaved, actually. It's not as good as ash, in as much as it will distort quite a bit. If you turn it relatively thin, then you can turn it 2 or 3 days after it's harvested if you want to.
But you can't rough it out just the same. But it will.
Yeah, you can rough turn it or twice turn it. So you turn it to well, I tend to go 1.25 inches, 1.5 thick rather than 1 inch thick, but turn it to about 1 inch thick, and that will reduce your drying time. And then finish turn it later on. Or turn it down to under 5 mil thick, and 2 days later you have a slightly skew with a bowl which is perfectly dry.
And just marking the top of that and putting a wee line, and I'm going to test fit the piece into it. It shouldn't be anywhere near it yet, because I understand that. I know what I've done. I've done it wrong, guys. So this is going to be a recess piece into that.
I like it. Design change on the hoof.
Yep.
Love it.
This design change. I measured the outside diameter and then take the inside pins. So it did. That's what I've done wrong. So we're now going with a recess, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with this not being totally round, you know. So we'll just bring
If
that
you make
down
it
a
a
wee bit.
tapered recess, it won't matter so much that it's not round.
Yeah. So we'll just bring this down a wee bit and see it, get it to fit in. It's not much of a recess. You sort of want it floating around the top. I probably still have a wee bit way to go yet. Still have a wee way. It's right out to the edge of that. I tend to
Richard,
just
if you
creep
want to
up.
have fun with green wood, play with cherry.
Yeah.
It just talks beautifully. Sometimes it splits completely into half, or even 3 parts. I've had one go into. But it's always exciting to see what happens over the 2 or 3 days after you've turned it.
It splits for fun. Just.
But sometimes they distort without splitting, and it comes up with some weird and wonderful shapes that obviously you can never remount, but they're in nice shapes in themselves.
Terry's off. Terry has to go. He's going to get lunch. See you later, Terry.
So just creeping up with the size to get it to fit properly. Still a wee bit to go yet. It's not entirely in. So you just want to take your time and.
I hope Terry's buying Ruth lunch today for a change.
Just removing some timber from the inside of that.
Allow the pins in.
Yep, allow the pins in. Almost there. Almost
Same
there.
as a box lid, you just got to sneak up on it.
Yeah, just sneak up on it.
Yeah, just the same as making a box lid and stuff. You just have to take your time. Don't rush or you'll overdo it.
Yep.
Wood not being a precision material, not like steel, you can cut the exact size. Wood tends to move a bit, so.
Yeah. So that's it fitting entirely in the size, the opening. So I just want to make that a wee bit deeper for it to sit nicely without. If you move it, it's not going to fall out on you.
It doesn't look too bad for round either.
No, it doesn't look too bad in this one.
No. Richard's asking how my hoof is. It's feeling a whole lot better, Richard, I have to say. It's been good yesterday and today. Fingers crossed it's on the mend.
Right, that's better. So that's sitting flush with the top of that. So a bit of tear right here. I need to address that, and I'll probably have to, when I fix that, it'll probably need recessing a wee bit more. I'm just going to check this other one, and because there was one of them that's really out. It's this one. You can see it there.
Yeah.
That's been badly cast, that one, I take it.
Yeah, that one's badly cast. Look at the play is in it, and that other one fits exactly. You know, so you have to watch out for that.
I think I'll be taking that
going.
one back to the woodshed.
Yeah, I'll take it back and say it's bent.
It's not round.
It's not round. Okay. Try and clean this. Clean this outside angled bit up. Using my spindle gouge. And I'm just cupping this down into the piece and coming up. I think it'll look better just with that wee bit.
A little bit of a cove.
Yeah, a bit of a cove and run up.
Just in case we get anybody new to turning watching this video, using a spindle gouge there in the wrong orientation, but notice how close the tool rest was and how little overhang there was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfectly safe if you use it on the right cut.
Just trying to clean that where it broke away, where that inclusion is here. So
Mm-hmm.
I will need to drop that a wee bit more, the recess for it to sit in.
Yeah, see that kind of broke out of the inclusion, didn't it?
Yeah. And it's better to get things fitting right before you take all the timber out, you know, because I find, well, not so much in this piece, but other pieces, if you're fitting something to it, it will move on you. Just needs a wee bit more out of that. Just
This bit's
using
good. This bit of beach is good and dry, though, isn't it?
oh, that's dry, all right. Just
Good.
using the point of my screw chisel here to just increase the size of that.
So any movement that's caused in this will just be released. It'll be the tension being released in the wood fibers, if there is any left.
Yeah.
Dry piece of wood can move too.
Right, that's just a nice fit. Maybe a wee bit tight. You wouldn't want it tight because if you hand up come to pull it from in here, you will bend that because it's just fast. I don't know what that's made of. The pewter, is it?
Pewter
Supposed to be,
usually, yeah.
supposed to be pewter, yeah.
So you can see it fits exactly round the rim. So you've
It's good.
a couple of choices. When you go to do your top ridge piece here. What way you want it? You can cut it here and bevel it up, making a wee cove up to the point where I have done it here. Or if you do it the right way, you can have
The right way.
it have it on the points so it's sitting over the wood and it's sitting down. I think it looks better like that too.
I think it looks.
You know what's
I think it looks better flush.
you know.
I quite
I
like
think
them
it's
inset, even if you do have that slight relevance in sizing and shaping.
right. I'm not going to take any more off that until I've done the sanding because the sanding will probably make it fit and loosen it up a wee bit. So this is where that's our depth. So our depth's there. So we want to take some of this away. I'm just going to take it down with a beating parting tool. Just taking it away from our initial recess so we don't hit that.
Mm-hmm.
What I done yesterday, I went in with a bowl gouge, and before I knew it, I'd taken that away because it just swept round and took that recess away.
Yeah.
So that's where the design
Easy going.
opportunity came in. You know, I get carried away. Sometimes you just go for it. So we'll take the rest of this out and we'll undercut it a wee bit on the inside. Get an already cut here. Okay. Just want to do the shaving through that. See, I can see that wee lip. Just make sure it's fitting. Okay, yeah, this fits fine. So I want to take the side of this down a wee bit so I can undercut just where that recess is. Just use this wee undercutting tool. Don't know the exact name for it, but it's a bit hard on the end with it.
It's quite aggressive, that, isn't it?
Yep.
I think that's one of those tools for the recess that you need at the bottom of pepper grinders and things.
Oh, I think.
Either.
No, can't help you with that either, I don't think.
Just checking that. That's okay. Okay. I'm not going to tempt fate. That's benching about, benching around there a bit too much for my liking, and I could end up, I could jump off and take that wee recess off. So we'll go in with a spindle gouge and see if I can tidy this up a bit. It's not great cutting or a great finish on it. So you're not be able to see with a big shoulder in the way.
Whilst you stop cutting a minute, Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks would like to see the profile of the end of that last tool you were using.
Would I? Do.
Basically a scraper.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's one for the when you do a pepper grinder, you've got to have a recess at the base of it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's designed for.
That's the only thing I use it for, you know.
I'm just having a look to see can I find one. But
I forget what you call it. What's their name for it? So there is. And just check my depth here while I'm here. I've a bit of room yet.
Hamlet do one. It's called a niche formed scraper.
A niche.
Niche formed scraper. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we've forgotten what it's called.
There are loads of them, all different sort of varieties of that cranked shape at the end.
think I've got one in my unused tools box.
Oh, I'm sure you have, Pete.
But, these days I would be using probably a swan neck for that.
I would, yeah. Like the Simon Hope Mini Hollow would be ideal for that.
I'm going to use my Rhino scraper to clean the bottom off this. Just take a measurement of the depth. Can do a wee bit more.
Todd says it looks like a large Allen key that is ground flat would work also. I think, as Brian says, there's a lot of variations of the theme. And most of them have evolved from turners saying, oh, I'm turning this project and I need to get that fixed up. And they probably all started off with Allen keys ground and then got picked up and made into tools by people who thought that's a good idea.
Crown have one called it's just called a recess tool, but that's the one you would use for a pepper grinder. Pete.
Yeah, recess tool, that was the name.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that was what I remember it was called. There's another wee bump here.
But it's not the same design as the one Paul has. It has it's like has a wedge shape cut out of a straight bar. Paul's is kind of cranked over a bit more.
Yeah.
So that would look like a bit of a homemade tool, that one.
It could be because I bought it second hand. A tool seal in the woodshed. So it could well be a homemade one.
The ideal tool for undercutting the rim is the Simon Hope swan neck with a 6mm cutter on it. It's ideal.
Okay, we'll get a bit of sanding under this. And you're okay where you are, I can see. Bring the sandpaper over. Dust extraction on. I'll just start with 120 on the outside here.
Extractor's working well, sucking the dust in.
And depending on what the size of the piece, you can bend it down and bend it like so. Or you can't see it there. I'll show you. You can see, you can move it. You know, I just broke the stand on this.
On the camera? You didn't.
I did.
Oh dear.
It's okay. I'm going to talk to you about that camera after we finish.
Yeah, so was I, Pete. I have it in my notes here.
Hold on, while I try and get this back into the hole.
You switched to another camera.
Hold on.
Switch your overhead for a minute whilst you're messing with it, because you're going to make us all sick.
Right, I think that.
Mark, the gentleman Woodturner has joined us. He's
Mark.
busy wiring up the lamps. He's got to. I can't remember what the number was now, but he had to do a lot of them. He's only got 12 to go.
He's only 12 left. Wiring up the lamp as well.
Yeah, they're wired up as well. Yeah. Yeah, on Paul's recommendation, I bought some of that flexi tube myself.
Mhm.
I chucked out a video about half an hour before Paul started with my first view of it.
I've already watched it.
Now, how did you find it, Pete? Did I get okay?
Yeah, it's, seems to do the job. 'Cause I had the wide mouth dust collector, but I couldn't always get it in the right place. I think this tube's going to be worth playing with, so I'm going to leave it on and have a play. But at £7, £10, you can afford to play with it. And if it doesn't work out, well, you haven't lost a lot.
Yeah.
So thanks for the suggestion.
Well, I thought they were a good idea because they could bend it into so many positions, depending on what size of piece you're working at. And if you need it round here, you know, like so, you can bend it, bring it up to the piece, or up here.
Yeah, it's a whole lot cheaper than the Axminster version, I have to say. That's the link. I've just clicked the link into your video there, Pete. If anybody wants to go
Cheers,
over
Brian.
and watch Pete's little video of the flexible tube. And the link, the eBay link is in the description of Pete's video as well.
Yep.
And as Pete said, that's a recommendation from Paul. That's what he's using. And I think I'll be ordering one.
There'll be an insurge of guinea pig runs, rabbit runs.
Yeah, that's what it's advertised as on YouTube or on eBay.
I think you can see a wee video and you click on it, and the guinea pigs in it. And
There is. In fact, I can put the eBay link in as well, I think.
I only arrived this morning, so I've not done a feedback on it yet.
really
But when I do, I shall put my video on the feedback link. So they might think, oh, there's another marketing opportunity.
So there's the eBay link as well, if anybody wants to go and have a look at it. Richard says, yeah, it makes me glad Axminster were always out of stock on their flexible hose. Yeah, they always appear to be. I think you kind of have to pre-order it now on Axminster. I think that's their idea. They'll just wait until X amount of people have actually clicked on the link to see that they want it.
that inclusion's starting to run right through that.
That's it.
You can see it down the inside.
Oh, well, that's all right. It's just another exit for the
Yep.
smallies to come out. It's fine. It's a £5 inclusion, that. Just adds to the price. Gives them something to look at. Oh, Lucy missed all that. Missed all what? Oh, you missed a bit about the flexible hose. Is that the bit you missed, Lucy?
Lucy subscribed to me anyway, so we'll get a notification and she can go and watch it all there.
She will.
I cut the end of that with my fingernail there, so I did.
Oh dear.
Ouch.
Don't get blood on the piece because it'll ruin it. You gotta have me paint the whole thing red.
You don't want. Well, I don't know, mate. Might give it a unique selling point. Blood red.
I made with loving care and own blood.
I did sell one bowl once entitled Murderous Intent because it exploded on the truck and it was about 4 inches by 16 inches. And as I released the tension, there was a split inside the wood that you couldn't see from the outside. And a large chunk of it came off and hit me in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Andy's just,
I was
Lucy's
that
just
annoyed,
said,
I dowed it all back together and glued it back together and finished turning it anyway.
Lucy just said they've only got 186 miles left to go. Not that I'm counting, she says. Oh dear.
Lucy, could you just say to Andy, I wasn't nearly there yet?
Yeah. Just once or twice. Just repeat it. Ad
Repeat it every
infinitum for
mile
the
or
next.
so.
Yeah. There yet.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Paul's on here on a Monday afternoon, giving blood, sweat, and tears. Hey, you guys. That's dedicated. That's all I can do. Oh, Michelle's put the heating on in the house. It is cold for the start of April.
Yeah, I found it very cold this morning up here in Craigfergus.
Dr. Glencoe Woodworks is asking, what's the size of those inserts? I think they're about 3 inch, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're 80 mil.
Just over 3 inches then.
Just over 3
Yeah,
inch.
just over 3 inch. I'll just rub a wee taster.
As told is American, it's about 3.25 inches.
3.25.
Yorkshire grit and that. Mm-hmm.
3 5/16. There you go, Todd.
Lucy, this is being recorded on YouTube for posterity. So what you mean is, Andy says tarmac hurts at 70 miles an hour when he kicks me out.
Yeah, 70 miles an hour. Unless Andy's going to speed up and overtake somebody and throw her out. Oh, Michelle just walked past the window. Why is she outside, I wonder?
Just watch out for that new speed crammer over in England. I seen it on Facebook the other day, showing a big. Yeah, a telescopic post comes out of the top of the van with two cameras on it.
Yeah. It's a standard grey van, so it blends into the background.
Yep.
Lucy says 77 miles per hour, you're allowed 10% over. Don't bet on that.
Nope. Even you're doing 1 mile an hour over, they'll do you.
Yep.
Todd says, I can do the millimetre conversion easily. Temperature takes a bit more time.
Yeah, I struggle with the temperature. It's a formula that's in my head, but to recall it at the time and then work it out, it doesn't happen naturally.
I don't bother, I just work in centigrade now. It's easier.
Just a wee bit of wax. Finish in the inside.
Grandpa Jim Woodturner has joined us. Good afternoon.
Hi, Jim.
You just feel that wee inclusion as you rub it round the top of that. So, have to keep an eye on that. Be careful, we're ready. It just caught the end of my nail and bent it back a wee bit, and that's what it done. It's not major. one of my fellow members of Ulster Woodturners, it had a near miss there a couple of weeks ago. He was working at the bandsaw, cutting a bowl blank out, and he took a wee funny turn, and he doesn't know what happened, but he ended up with his hand in the saw,
Ow.
and right across here, from here to there,
Oh, God.
11 stitches. 11 stitches he needed. And he says to me, I knew I'd done damage when I just grabbed it and the blood was just pouring all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So,
He was
Lucy's
lucky.
asking, how many cameras do you need to do a live? You need one.
Two.
Two is better. And 3 is kind of the basics.
Yep. Three
got-
gives you good. 3 gives you good coverage.
Yeah, you've got an overhead view, you've got end of the lathe view, which I've both been using this, but you also want to talk to the camera occasionally, so what I call a portrait view.
sanding that has
Loosened it off a
yeah,
little bit.
Yep. Oh, all right.
Ah, there you go. That's
Right.
perfect.
That fits in. Right. We'll get it turned around and get the bottom off it. And this is wee piece. If you make it right, you can use the outline of the jaws.
Chucky.
I'm here, Brian. I'm here.
Now, but your hand wasn't on it. I'm watching you.
So,
Put them off now, Brian.
if
No,
I'm
no,
off,
Don't care.
I
I did warn
them
them this morning.
You did, that's fair.
It's just that you can't see. What I was saying, I can use the top of the jaws here to mount that.
Oh, the outer.
Just to take the foot off. I wouldn't recommend turning like it, but for
Absolutely
what
not.
would you want to, what we want to do is just take that wee bit of the foot off, and I just noticed a wee dent in there when I dropped it, so we'll have to address that. Bring a tail stick up, and that'll just give me a wee bit of added hold.
The other option, of course, is to use a jam chuck.
Yeah.
Or you could use
old jaws.
Old jaws in expansion mode.
Yep.
There's lots of ways you can remount things on the lathe.
Yeah.
Vacuum chuck.
Right.
Oh, there's the old Google camera just went down the road.
The Google. Updating.
Yep.
Right.
He just went down my lane. He won't be going far because you go now another 10 yards, well, maybe 20 yards down my lane, and it stops. And if you try to keep going, you'll end up in the sea.
When they first did the Google cameras. Sorry, Paul, what were you saying?
I'm just resanding the top of this when I dropped it there after Brian put me off. I got a wee dent on the end of it.
I put you off? You were warned.
Yeah.
As I was saying, when they first did the Google Maps Street View, they knew the cameras were coming around, and one of the guys in Bristol was a theatre set designer. So he turned his terrace house with cardboard boxes and bits of polystyrene into a castle.
Ah, brilliant.
And the day after the car went, he took it all down again.
Todd says we might hit 91 degrees today and then 62 on Friday. So that's all 10 degrees less in Celsius.
We've had a lot of that over here, and
yep.
Ruby and Lewis will be saying in Canada as well, where there's a massive change of temperature in a few days.
We're supposed to be getting warmer this week. Friday is supposed to be really good, apparently. Well, not hold my breath.
Well,
Well,
I
the
was
boy's
in
waiting for the
shed,
extension leads for his camera.
saying I was out in the shed yesterday and I was able to leave the door open for a change.
I
And
did for a while yesterday too, I have
it
to
was
say.
just a nice mild afternoon.
Yeah.
But it got cold very quick once the sun went over the top of the shed,
Yeah,
as I tell you. So the heater went back on in the afternoon.
it's just about 240 just to clean that up where we made that mark on it.
You dropped it.
Yeah,
Certainly. I was starting to think your name's Steve.
I drop everything. I'm
I
not
drop a lot.
kidding. So I do. And the biggest culprit is this battle with Sunsealer or not. Or knock it over.
Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy. Says he who never drops anything. Much.
Well, just for the fun of it, I actually got a glass bottle with my sanding sealer at the moment, which is probably a very bad idea.
Oh, definitely a bad idea. Would be in my workshop anyway. Mind you, I've got a couple of nice pieces of highly lacquered pieces that I dropped.
Yes.
Chipped a bit of it.
One of them more than once.
More than once, yep.
Yeah, well, we had an exhibition down in Armagh there last month, running for a month, and while I collected my stuff and was bringing it into the house, dropped one of the pieces and it just smashed into about 1,000 bits.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's raging. It's a 5 journey to Armagh twice, and then back
Fair
home
out,
again.
right. I must try and get up to the woodshed someday. When's the next meeting? Oh,
Well, the Tuesday nights are on every Tuesday night, and the next meeting is the 15th of April,
right.
Saturday. We have, where is it coming? An Ireland Turner. His name will come to me in a wee second.
I couldn't make it every Tuesday night because it's kind of just too far.
Oh, it's too far. Well,
So assuming Roy the boy has ordered his extension leads from Amazon, you'll have them by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, should have live by Friday.
I was thinking tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock.
for the USB ones, are they?
Yep.
They'll be coming from China. So they will be.
No, you can get them straight from Amazon.
No, I got mine from Amazon. They were from China. Took a week.
Well, they're from China, but they probably got stuck in the UK.
Yeah.
I watch that very carefully when I'm ordering stuff, because occasionally you'll see the delivery date's a month ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely no use at all.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with Amazon Marketplace because you're effectively buying off of eBay when you buy it from Amazon Marketplace, and it could be coming from anywhere.
Yep.
Right. Just want to stop that and how do we rattle?
I click the Prime button so that try and get it next day if I can.
Right, we'll take this food off and get it finished, and that'll.
Although next day for us sometimes over here in the Northern Ireland is 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it quite good. 2 days or 1 day.
Some days they're very good. I mean, I've ordered stuff on a Wednesday afternoon and it's here the next morning.
Well, I guess they've got Amazon warehouses in Northern Ireland.
No,
not necessarily with a full stock.
We haven't.
None at all.
No, the nearest Amazon warehouse is in Dublin. And they don't ship stuff from Dublin up to the north.
No. So it can come through Liverpool or Holyhead.
Yep. Well, Richard Phelan's in. Hi, Richard. Good afternoon, buddy.
Good afternoon, Richard.
The boy says I ordered something on Saturday at 7 p.m. And got it the next morning at 10 a.m. Yep. If you're close enough to the warehouses, you can get them.
Yeah, that's happened to me too. Got it next day. Just using the keel stock while it's there, get this
Yep.
down as small as possible. But that's only held very lightly into expansion on the top of the jaw.
Aye, the outer ring of the jaws.
Yeah, the outer ring of the jaws.
Sometimes if you go do that, Paul, get yourself a big elastic band that just fits over your things, and that'll help grip it. And it will
also help protect it.
They help protect it as well. You know, like the big thick elastic bands you get. Even you know the silicon wristbands.
Yeah.
You can slip one of them over it, and then expand your jaws into your piece. That'll help grip it a bit better as well. Ask me how I know that.
How do you know that?
Yeah, because Robert Sorby sent a rubber silicon band on their Patriot chuck.
We do.
That's right.
It's a great advertising wheeze, but it also is they mark it as a knuckle protector. But if you just put it right on the outside rim, you can use it in expansion mode. But certainly only for certainly not for turning, but for taking the base off like that, you could easily do it.
Right. We'll sand that up.
We heard your extractor coming on there for all of 2 seconds, and then your headset managed to cancel it out completely.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Very good.
Yep.
Pretty clever, isn't it? Oh dear. Roy's using resin as well.
I've used my resin, Pete. You'll be pleased to hear.
Yeah, what have you made?
Yeah, resin straws.
Ah.
I filled 5 straws with resin.
Not overly used it yet, then.
Yeah, no. I'm working myself up to it. RPM Woodworks is in.
Good afternoon.
I just don't enjoy turning resin. It just doesn't do anything for me.
No.
No, I don't like it either.
I don't enjoy it much either. But I'm thinking about the bits of wood that I can save, probably.
Find another piece of wood.
Mm-hmm. That's Ray from RPM Woodworks, guy. Richard turned 3 resin pens yesterday. The shop's a mess. No surprise. Why is it a mess still? If you done them yesterday, why is it still a mess? What's their feeling?
Well, because you
should
wait
be-
till you go and tidy it up, Brian.
It should have been tidied up immediately after you were finished turning. There's no excuses. It's just tardy. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just easier to tidy it up there and then.
I always
And
do.
you walk out into a nice clean workshop. It feels a lot better.
I did 3 days last week without tidying up at all in between them.
Unless you're doing a run of stuff.
Yeah, I was turning the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Roy the boy has just said he did his last video using his phone with the
Yeah.
Jabra headset, but the noise cancellation didn't cut in.
Yeah, because the noise cancellation is in the dongle.
There are they. So you were
Yeah,
using it
so
on Bluetooth, so the Bluetooth doesn't have the noise cancellation. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and the Jabra dongle is Bluetooth, but the Jabra dongle also has noise cancellation built in.
There are they.
that day he was on last week, it was working slightly. I think it was. Right, just a wee taste of wax to finish that off.
Andy's workshop is in a mess. Andy's workshop is in a mess, and you're away on holiday. Oh, Lucy, no, I wouldn't be allowing that.
Andy's workshop was in a mess, and Lucy didn't tidy up before she was back for the holiday.
Not Lucy's fault this time. Andy was turning
But she
mushrooms.
should have been there tidying up while she was turning.
Oh. Tisk, Pete.
I know. I should get a punch in the kneecap next time we meet.
Chucky. I'm going to torture you with that now, Paul.
Yeah. I'm going to put my sign back up there. Key. I had it up for all last week after you said to me, and
I know you did.
the majority of the time I didn't leave the key in it, but I was tidying up yesterday and the air line blew it off, so I'll have to get it again. It's laying in that bin down the back there.
The turnings were all wet and I was packing. Okay.
I think Robbo was right on that. Never take your hand off the chuck key.
Yep.
So you put it back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Wherever it lives.
Or wherever it lives, yeah. It certainly doesn't live in the hole in the side of the chuck, that's for sure.
Okay, guys, there's the wee piece finished.
Excellent.
With the wee insert and all in it, and get your smelly stuff in it, and just a wee bit of each. Not a big project, but it's a nice wee project to do.
Yes. Super little project. I haven't made one of those for donkey's ages. I may have to make another one sometime.
Yeah, well, I hadn't made any for a long time. There's the other one I made yesterday, which, bring a camera back, the tailstock, that one sits on top.
All right, okay, so you got a little undercut under it. Yeah.
We undercut there, but it needs that or insert for it. I think that was the one I had on it. That's that there. So it sits there.
Nice.
I think it looks better. It looks better. I think it's in set.
I think it looks better in set. Even if you had to put a little bead of something to let it recess in, it would look nice too.
Yeah, what I would normally do is I would do a tapered inset so that it drops down in a bit.
Show us the one you had with the wooden insert, Paul.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's that one.
So that looks really nice too. I like that.
Yep. So that one.
So you could do that with a bit of something, a thin sliver of African blackwood or something if you had something left over.
Yeah.
It just sets it off nice. Good job.
They look nice when they're done.
They do.
It's a thing you see hanging up and you don't think of buying them because most people would say to themselves, "What do you do with
Yeah.
that?" You know, until you
Lucy's
see
saying
something.
now. Lucy's saying now that pot puree is far too big and chunky compared to what it was years ago. Yeah, I remember it years ago. It used to be quite small.
I put it in the blender and blend it up.
Yeah.
Very fine.
Make it a bit smaller. So there you are, guys. It's a wee beach pot puree holder made from
Yep.
beach.
There's little fairies on that, isn't it?
Should be fairies on that one, and that other one's like a heart.
There's all sorts of
Right.
designs, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of designs. So thanks very much for everybody for coming in and taking the time to come over and watch the live. I really
Good.
appreciate that. Okay, guys,
It was
we'll
excellent.
press the
Thank you,
button
Paul.
and say bye. Where's my button?
Don't know. On the end of your
Oh.
finger.
While you're finding those, Mark is soon going to get prosecuted for apprentice abuse because he's making him clean up the workshop.
Oh, yeah. No, that'll not work. Oh, dear.
Okay, guys, all the best.
Right.
And we'll catch you again next week.
Excellent.